What's going on, everybody? Episode number 2 of Streets Talk. I got some good stories that I want to cover today. I think are going to be hot. I think are some of the things that we talk about out here in these streets. As you saw in episode 1, I'm still kind of learning this YouTube thing. I'm going to get it right. I'm going to do some thumbnails. I'm going to just do everything. I got my intros and outros all set up. So let's get this thing started. Here we go. Story number 1, Jussie Smollett. Bro, of all the things you could have done, lying to get attention is not one of those things, especially in today's environment when the political and racial divides are all out there. It's crazy out here in the streets. So if you don't know what happened, he turned himself into Chicago police yesterday, okay, at around 5 a.m. Saw the judge yesterday as well. $100,000 bail just to get out. And he had to surrender his passport, so he can't go overseas. And if you know anything about how these shows work with Empire and all that, they have to go out and promote these shows, talk about them, do all this and do all that. So yesterday as well, it came out that he's got to repay the city for the investigation, and the chief of police even wants him to apologize. I don't know how far that's going to go. I couldn't tell you. As of this morning, February 22nd, it also came out that he's being cut from the last 5 episodes of Empire. So he won't even be in them. It's a bad look. At the end of the day, things are crazy out here. This just adds more. And I remember when I first heard about this whole story, it seemed a little funny to me, only because of the details that got put out there with the MAGA hats and saying this is Make America Great Again country, and the racial slurs and the homophobic slurs and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that stuff doesn't happen, but it just seemed like a detail that was over the top. Turns out it was right. They found the brothers, and this is all allegedly, but come on, man. You could have been way smarter than this. 2, on the worldwide view, here we go. You got an Alabama woman, teenager, leaves home at 19, travels over to Turkey, goes into Syria by way of Turkey, joins ISIS. From Alabama to Syria. Gets over there, living in this safe house for ISIS in Raqqa, I believe, which at the time was the capital of the caliphate. Living in a house full of probably 200 other women. The only way to get out of that house is to marry. What's she do? She marries an Australian ISIS member. That ISIS member gets killed. Sometime later, marries another one. This one gets her pregnant. She has a child by this one. A year later, he gets killed. Now, she's being held up in a camp where ISIS people are kept once they're caught, and she wants to come home to Alabama. In the interviews, she says that she regrets how she feels. She was young and this and that. And I get compassion. Okay, but here's the deal. How do we know that she's no longer radicalized? How do we know that she doesn't plan to come back here and do something crazy? And she's just saying these things so that she could come back. So in my opinion, Mike Pompeo are right in order to make it so that she cannot come back into this country. It's safe. So you save hundreds of lives potentially, and you keep her over there. It's just a win-win in my book. It's the right call to make. Number 3, here we go. This is my music. So Michael Rappaport, if you've never seen this cat, he's an actor. He's been in a couple different flicks and stuff like that. Goes on this Twitter rant about what he thinks about Meek Mill. And in this rant, he uses the word trash. He's a trash rapper. Bro, what credibility do you actually have, right? I get that anybody can be a critic, anybody can go on anything, saying anything, but what credibility do you have to say someone is a trash rapper? Because Drake got you in a freestyle battle or whatever when they were feuding over the whole Nicki Minaj thing? That's fine. Meek Mill comes back at this dude and is like, who gave you the authority to speak? You better keep my name out of your mouth. Don't call me trash. That's not how it is. La, 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 la. So came out yesterday, Michael Rappaport goes on there and apologizes for using the language. He shouldn't have said trash, this and that. When I'm pretty sure back in the day, Michael Rappaport was asking to get vids and pictures with Meek Mill. So you tell me what's really up. Why is he out there running his mouth? First of all, streets, if you run your mouth like that for no reason, you get dealt with. And Meek Mill came back at him. Nobody gave you the authority to speak. So I don't know why Michael Rappaport does what he does, but that's what he does. So that's kind of the deal with that. Again, thank you for watching. This is episode number 2. I'm going to keep this going. I promise you we're going to get better. This thing, leave your comments in the below space. Peace. Hey, hey, hey.